Like always, we'll start by washing our hands because cleanliness is key. The finest ingredients for this homemade bread. It is currently Friday night. One of my favorite things to have on Saturday morning is fresh bread. But to have that fresh bread Saturday morning, the dough needs to ferment overnight. So this will be a 2-day cook. I have a great bread recipe that I will make today, and hopefully you all can too. The first thing we'll do is add a packet of yeast into a Ziploc bag. The yeast is the key ingredient to the bread. Next up is a little bit of sugar. I don't usually add sugar to my bread, but since it's around Christmas time, I figured I deserve a little sugar. A couple cranks of salt. And we'll do a little shake to mix them all together. And now we're ready to add flour. You can add any type of flour you want, but I use all-purpose white flour. I have no scientific amount that I put in. I just dump it in and give it a good old eyeball test. Right about there. Maybe a little more. Just however I'm feeling. There we go. That's perfect. Now let's shake the bag again to mix all of our ingredients together. A nice blend will be key in the final product of this bread. There we go, looking good. Now we can head over to the sink. We're going to add water to this bread dough. Again, this is not a scientific process. So turn your sink on and pour a good amount of water in, and then we'll mix it together and see where we're at. I'm going to need a little more water. You can see here there is still dry flour in my hand. Just a little more. And now, since my hand is already dirty, I'll give it a good mix. You can see how hard I'm fisting this bread dough. That'll give it a good mix. You really want to get in there. I'm now using my other hand. But look at that. That is a perfect consistency. We'll place that to the side, and now I'm in luck. I'm already at the sink, so I can wash my hands, because cleanliness is key. This looks perfect. Your bread dough should look just like this as well. Let's get a peek inside the bag. Oh yeah, looking good. We are now in my bedroom. This bread dough is going to have to ferment in a warm place overnight. Because it's the winter, I get really cold at night, so I run a space heater while I sleep. This is perfect for the bread dough. I'm just going to drop it on the ground and let it ferment in my warm bedroom all night. And I will wake up to some great fermented bread dough. This is a perfect plan. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. It is now the morning. My alarm is going off and I had a great warm night's sleep. Now I'm ready to finish our bread. You can already see how nice and fermented our dough is on the warm floor, thanks to my space heater. Oh yeah, we're in business. Back in the kitchen, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We'll also get some coffee. And back to our workstation where we can finish this bread. First, we're going to spray some non-stick coating in this pan thing. That way, the bread won't stick while cooking. We'll get this out of the way now. We're done with it. We're also going to add a little flour to the bottom of the pan thing. This helps create a coating as well. And finally, a little flour to be dumped over your table. Lather it all over. We're gonna need this very soon. Be ready when getting this bread dough out of the bag. It is very sticky and might be a bit of a process to get all out. Let's see if I can dump it out. It doesn't look like it wants to dump out, so I'm gonna stick my hand in there and get it out piece by piece. As you can see, it is very sticky. That's a good thing. You want it to be sticky. This bread is gonna be so good, so I'm working really hard to get every piece of dough out of the bag. The flour takes all the stickiness out of the dough. This allows me to easily handle the dough, shaping it and tossing it and kneading it. I'm going to go ahead and get it in a nice shape, and then we'll be able to put it in our pan thing to get in the oven. This is shaping up really nice. Let's get a closer look. Oh yeah, looking good. Now we'll just pick up our dough and place it into this pan thing. This is really shaping up, just like that. Now we're ready for the oven. Just open your oven up, get the dough, and put it in. We're going to let this cook for 1 hour. About halfway through, let's see how it's looking. Oh yeah, baking perfectly. We are right on schedule. And I'm going to start to warm some butter up. Time's up. Let's get this bread out of the oven. Yes, this bread cooked perfectly. And it smells great. When taking the bread out of the oven, use oven mitts. This is going to be very hot and you don't want to burn your fingers. Look at that. How great does that look? Just by the looks of this might be the best loaf of bread I've ever cooked. And maybe ever. I can't believe how great this came out. We're going to waste no time. Let's get a slice or two cut. The insides look perfect, perfectly cooked. That's a great slice. I can't think of anything better to have on a Saturday morning. I'm going to add a little salt to my bread. An Italian friend of mine did this, and I've been doing it ever since. Salting my bread. And then a little bit of butter. You can see how placing butter on the stove while baking has it nice and warm and easily spreadable. Just a little tip for you to use in your day-to-day. Perfect! Let's eat. I can't wait to try this bread. It looks and smells amazing, and I bet it'll taste great too. Yup, this is very good. Very, very good. Probably some of the best bread I've ever had anywhere. The crust is crunchy and the inside is soft and chewy. That is a sign of a skilled chef. Me. Well, thank you for joining me as we made this homemade bread. I hope you get a chance to try this and yours turns out as good as mine. God bless.